Today is the 1st of August, and it's the 733rd birthday of Switzerland, which is celebrated every year on the 1st of August, the founding of the oldest democracy in the world. You know, this has been a land of peace throughout most all of its history, and it's the place where the Reformation happened. Um, Zwingli, Calvin were in Switzerland. And then Luther, when he had to flee from Germany, came to Switzerland because of its freedom that exists here. And this freedom has carried through 2 world wars. Um, Switzerland has defended itself, but has never been drawn into these world wars. It's been a bastion of freedom throughout the world. It's why the Red Cross was founded here, because it's a place that can offer an international organization freedom to go any place in the world. And it's because of this freedom and this peace that exists in Switzerland that it has been the center for a spiritual revolution in the world. It's the home of the Geistige Loge, which has brought the teachings of Jesus back into modern humanity in a form that everybody can understand. Jesus said to his disciples, "I have much to explain to you, but you cannot bear it. But I will send the Spirit of truth, and they will teach you all things, all truths." And that has happened here in Switzerland. Over 35 years, the Spirit of Truth taught in Zurich, recalling all the words of Jesus and explaining all the words of Jesus, explaining all the truths. And the most unbearable truth that his disciples could not understand, and that is that the billions and billions of people who've lived on this earth and who live there today are incarnations of the fallen spirits from heaven. Unbearable for the disciples because they too had disowned Jesus and followed Lucifer in the rebellion against the King of Heaven, and were cast out eons ago, cast out into hell to serve Lucifer for eons. But now we have an open door that Jesus opened for us, back to heaven, back to the place from whence we came. Once we regain the virtues that we lost. And this revolution, this spiritual revolution, got started in 1948 in Switzerland, right after the war. And it continues today. So if you have any questions about the spiritual battles that are going on in this world, they're certainly not physical battles between Christianity and the Muslims. It's not between the Jews and the Muslims. The spiritual battle is a much, much deeper spiritual battle which is going on, and that is that Lucifer is trying to maintain his spiritual kingdom that he has on this earth and in hell. And Jesus and his angels are trying to coax us back to heaven, back to where we came from. And Lucifer doesn't want to lose those who are true to him. And that's the battle that's going on. It's not being won by one person on earth. It's being won one soul at a time, as we turn to the unbearable truth that Jesus wanted us to learn. And that is that we were the ones who had forsaken him and followed Lucifer, and now it's time for us to return. And this is not an easy task. We're only 2,000 years into it, and this earth can carry us for another 2 billion years. So there's plenty of time for this message to be received by all the humans, eventually in one lifetime or the next. So help us to celebrate the freedom that we have here in Switzerland, and come join us and learn the spiritual truth and join the spiritual battle which goes on in the spiritual world, not here on earth. God told us he would send his peace, and Jesus told us that we should love our enemies, because those enemies, they're our brothers and sisters. They're the ones who came with us from heaven, and they are the ones that we have to help return to heaven. So we need to love our enemies, not to fight them, not to dissuade them, not to insult them, but to love them.